Good evening, everyone. Video number 3 on the shop build. So it's like, I think it's like 7:45 right now, East Coast time. So I just want to give you guys an update. Took another day off work today. Glad I got a lot of PTO saved up to work on the shop some more. So I'll show you the progress that we've made. Let me roll this door up all the way so you can see. You can see a little better, but so I ran all the wiring for the 5 lights on this side. I ran all the wiring for the 5 lights on the back side. I still have to run wiring for the 3 lights that I have here and the hexagon LED lights that I plan to install. So I haven't ran the wire here yet, but I have ran, like I said, the wiring for these 5 lights. And these 5 lights, sorry, excuse me. So that was an all-day job using a ladder. You know, honestly, if I had rented one of those scissor lifts, I could have probably done just as much work in one day instead of 2. Because, but my thing is, I don't have a lot of money to finish my space, right? So I'm trying to make it as, I'm trying to finish it with spending as little money as possible, basically. So I've been using my ladder. I've got a 12-foot fiberglass ladder that I've been using. So that I've been going up and down that thing all day long. So imagine going up, running wire a little bit this way, coming down, moving it, running more wire, moving it. 60 feet down, up and down the building. It's exhausting, but I'm super happy. So again, these are the Hyperlite Saturn series, I believe is what they're called. The Saturn series, Hyperlite lights. They're 21,000 lumens each, right? So it's kind of dark out. It's getting dark out, and it's dark inside the building, obviously. So I figured I'd show you guys what these lights actually do, right? So remember, I only have 10 lights installed. My space is a 40 by 60 workshop. I've only got 10 total lights installed. I still have 3 more of these lights to install here. Now, I am gonna do drywall, obviously, but I wanted to set the lights up to ensure that I have enough lights to brighten the place up like I want. Because, if I waited until the drywall was done to actually install these things and lay them out to test them, and I was short on lights, I'm gonna have to go cut through my drywall, right, to run more electrical wire and outlets. So that's why I wanted to pre-install the lights to test to see if the brightness is what I need. So I'll close the door here and we'll see what it looks like. Just go ahead and latch it down now, one time. So you can see it's pretty dark in here. I'll close the man door as well. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys 1 row of lights only. So again, this is 2,400 square feet. My building is 60 feet by 40 feet. That's with only 5 lights on right now. I mean, look how bright it is with just 5 of these Hyperlights on. I mean, my mind is just blown right now by how bright it is with just these 5. You know what I mean? They're seriously caught me off guard. I didn't realize it to be this good. So that's just 5 lights. I'll turn on the other 5 back here on my 3rd row here. Dude, it's crazy, man. Look at this. I mean, that's with 10 lights. And again, I have 3 more lights going in. 1 there, 1 right there, 2 right there. I had 1 more towards the end. So 3 more lights, right? I mean, this is pretty awesome to me. This is a lot of lighting for this space. I mean, check it out. I mean, I was just so excited after I got everything ran, man. It was just like, wow. Like, it's really coming together when the lighting hits, you know what I mean? So So yeah, so again, everything is just mocked up basically, right? Just so I can test everything. I left the power, obviously I'm not an electrician, I'm not a contractor, right? So I'm just doing this all myself by watching YouTube videos pretty much. So I left all the electricity on last night. I had some stuff plugged in just to make sure, no fire broke out, nothing, but I still gotta run outlets for this wall, so don't worry about that. But I'll show you guys kind of how everything's set up here. I'm gonna go to the ladder here. So like I said, everything is still loose in here because I just wanted to test everything. Since we're gonna put drywall up and paint, I do not want to leave the outlets in. So now that I'm done testing these lights, I'm gonna remove the lighting. I'm going to unplug everything, remove the lighting, and I'm gonna pull my outlets out, remove the breaker from the breaker box so there's no electricity coming here. That way when they install drywall, they can, cut everything out for the outlets like they're supposed to. And when I paint, I don't have to worry about getting paint on the outlets. So, but basically, this is the Hyperlite setup right here. All right, so I bought these from Ace Hardware, these hooks, these lag eye, I think is what they call lag eye bolts. These are 4-inch long, and I want to say I went with 5/16. I got the tags on the table, so I'll double check for you. But I went with those into the 2x4, and it fit in there really nice, right? And here's a safety latch from Hyperlite, the safety hook. But and then I left the outlets, I didn't see them completely. They're loose because I'm gonna remove them. Like I said, I'm just testing. So that's them right there. So you see the distance I have. So it can still vent, it can still cool like it's supposed to because it's not completely against the drywall, right? So that's it right there. So I did that for all of them, where the outlets are pretty much just, kind of seated in there, but they're not fully screwed all the way down. And now I know my lights are good. So tomorrow, what I'm gonna do is, now that I know my lights are gonna be enough, because I still got 3 more to add, so it's definitely gonna be enough, I'm going to remove all the lights, remove the hooks and the outlets, make sure there's no power going to the spots, and then tuck all the wires back into the actual outlet boxes. That way, and then next thing I gotta do is throw in insulation. And when I throw in the insulation, I can call the drywall guys to come help me put the drywall up. So, but basically, for the electrical, a lot of electricians I saw videos on YouTube, the way they were doing the switched outlets, one side of the outlet was always hot and the switch was only going to one side. I couldn't find any videos where the full outlet was switched. And I don't want any of these outlets to be hot unless my switch is on, because if something goes crazy and I gotta kill the power, I want to know for sure when I hit the switch, the power is gone. You know what I mean? I don't want to have to worry about half of the outlet still being powered the entire time. I don't know. It didn't sit well with me. So the YouTube videos I found about people wiring outlets from the electricians, that's how they did them. I didn't do it that way. The way I did it is I ran I'm gonna undo my breaker box because the wires looks like crap. Again, everything's just in place for me to test. I ran the ground and neutral from the power box up to the junction box there, right there. I got 3 junction boxes. 1 junction box is for that row, 1 junction box is for the middle row, and the other junction box is for this front row of lights. So I ran the ground and neutral from that box to my junction box. And then I ran the power from the breaker box to the switch over there. Then I ran another wire from the switch to the junction box. So the ground and neutral from that box goes there and to the junction box, and all these lights, ground and neutrals, combine in the junction box there. The power goes from the breaker to the switch, and from the switch, it goes to the junction box where all these lights are getting their power from. So that's how I did it. Doing it that way, when I kill the switches, the outlets are completely powerless. There's not just half of them powerless. They're completely killed, right? So that's what I did. So for these lights, what I did as well, I went with 12 2-gauge wire because I wanted to run 20 amp breaker. So that way to make sure that they're getting enough amperage. I don't have to worry about, anything dying or being low or whatever the case is. Again, I'm not an electrician. So I did a 20 amp breaker. I ran 12 2 wire to all the lights and 12 gauge black wire from the switch to the junction boxes. So that's how I did my electrical. All right. Now, again, this is my building. I don't owe no one money on this building. All right. This is my personal workshop. So if it burns down from an electrical fire, that's on me. I can live with it. So I'm not saying do anything the way I did it. I'm just saying that's how I did it because that's how I wanted to do it. All right. So I'm learning as I go along. All right. A lot of this stuff is new to me. So I'm learning it as I'm doing it. I'm watching videos and kind of doing some research on it. So that's how I'm doing it. So, so now that I have my lights in, next step, take down all the lights, or finish running wiring for these 3 lights. I'll probably do that. I'll probably post another video after I get these 3 lights in, so that you guys can see the total brightness for the entire thing. So Hyperlite told me I should use 15 lights in here, and right now with 10, I'm good. Right, so adding 3 more, I'm definitely gonna be good. I don't think I need the full 15. So I'll put these 3 lights in, and then I'll post another video with all 13 lights on, so you guys can see the total brightness in here. And then once I do that, I'll bring down all the lights, remove all the outlets, tuck in all the wires, remove the breaker from the breaker box, and then I'll start putting in my my insulation in here. And then once I do the installation, I'll have the drywall start going up. But as you can see, with just 10 lights, every corner of this place is bright. You know what I mean? So I'm super happy with it. I think this is definitely a win. I'm very happy that I went with these lights versus the Amazon LED lights I was gonna go with. So, yeah, man, looking awesome.